We're going to talk again. I want to talk about projection. I want to talk about how people project their wounds onto us. So, for a lot of you, you've gone through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is serious. I mean, it is painful. It makes you feel like you're going crazy. You're going so deep into the core of you and all of the things that have happened to you in this lifetime. And they get brought back up and you have to face them. You might face them with a whole different perspective. Like when I went through mine, what happened to me was all of my wounds from my childhood, from my adulthood, they came back to me and I had to see them through a whole nother perspective. I saw all of these people that had hurt me, all of these situations that had caused me trauma. I started to see all of these people as wounded themselves. And I just happened to be there at that time to get that projection of their wound, which then gave me the wound. Because back then, being an empath, I absorbed everything. Everything was mine. Everything. I'm not good. I had guilt and shame and all of these emotions that were inflicted on me. And as I became more in tune in spirituality, I realized that as an empath, they're really not mine to carry. Like I was able to start to realize that when people project onto you, that is their wound. This is no indication of who I am as a person. So I went through the dark night of the soul and thought I was going crazy, to be honest with you. I was living in New York City at the time. And it was a crazy time. I was there during COVID as a nurse. And it was tons of emotion coming up. But everything that came up, I faced it head on. And I forgave everybody that had hurt me. Moving forward, I've done ayahuasca and I had a Kundalini awakening. The plant medicines have really, really helped me to release. So now if I do plant medicines, I really am releasing ancestral or past life wounds and also collective wounds. So I have removed the unworthiness, abandonment, the mother wound. And so now because I've done this, they've become my medicines for other people. So when I do my biofield tuning and I do my light language, I am very coherent in my energy. So my energy doesn't have those distortions anymore. So the people that have known me prior to and now kind of have had an issue with it because I have changed. I used to talk a lot more. I used to need to be seen. I used to need to be validated. I would tell stories all the time. And, I just needed to be heard and witnessed. But now I don't. I see myself. I am comfortable within who I am. But the people around me and the people around my tribe and your tribe, people on the outside, they project their wounds onto you. They want you to fit in a certain box. She does this, she does that. She doesn't say this, she doesn't say that. She doesn't fit in. She's too quiet. She thinks she's better than everybody else. All of these things that don't belong to me. Like I have never in my life been less judgmental as I am now. I now realize that everybody's on their path. If somebody is coming at me and they're crazy or they're mean or whatever, I don't take it personally because this is their wound. And I make it worse for them because I don't take it on as my own. So it reflects back to them and then I become the problem. I'm either the problem or they take a look inside of themselves and say, why is this triggering me? And this is how we grow. When people this is my cat. Say hi, Jaggy. When people project onto us, it's painful and it's powerful. But once you get coherent, once you get where you don't have those distortions anymore, their projections don't really bother you as much because you see them for what they are. We aren't in a perfect box. People that project onto us want us to be a certain way, want us to behave a certain way, want us to fit in to what they feel in their perception is appropriate. But really, the more I become myself and my people in my tribe become themselves, really the harder it is for others to, that kind of already knew us, to really accept us. They'll push us out, they don't want us around, or they just kind of fall away and they're not our friends anymore. And that's okay, because everybody's on their own path. We're not meant to be friends with people forever. I mean, we have our few, and those are fantastic. Those are our soul people that we're supposed to be friends with forever. Maybe not. Maybe a couple years from now they'll change and we won't resonate with them anymore. Who knows? But as this universe is starting to split, people aren't going to die off and we're not going to ascend and go to another planet. But what it is that people that want to stay in this 3D and not do the internal work, not do the shadow work, not meet their soul, their higher self, who they really truly are, and get rid of all the programs, those people are going to stay in their resonance, which is fine. That's what they want. That's what they're going to do. But the people that have done the healing and the people that have become more coherent and just really have a different reality and a different perspective on life, those people are going to gather and resonate with themselves. With each other. They're going to expand. Because we're just not going to fit in anymore together. We're going to live amongst each other, but we're not going to resonate anymore. It's painful. It's very painful, because my whole life I have been into the spirituality and been into evolution and growth and expansion. My whole life I've tried to make myself better. There are people that are just stuck. They look outward. They say, you do this, you do that, you don't, judge. But really, they have to turn the judgment on all of their external people that they're judging and turn it back around and say, why? Why does this person trigger me? What wound inside of me is asking to be healed? That's what I did. I stopped looking outward and saying, she does this and she does that. She and he don't need to fit into my perspective of life. It's not for me to put this pressure on somebody else to be what I feel is appropriate. Everybody is on their soul journey. We are all meant to be here to help each other grow and expand, especially the feminine energy. Feminine energy, females should not be turning against each other. We are here to help each other rise. Our energy has this frequency of the feminine energy, the dragon energy, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, name them all, whatever archetype. They have been buried for centuries, and we have been living under the matriarchal energy, and it's not anymore. Like, we are coming to balance the planet. And so women really need to build each other up. We need to love each other for our wounds, our differences, our whatever, and be here to raise each other up and guide each other through what is happening right now energetically on this planet. I have found that the more that I have expanded, the more that I have healed myself, the more people in my life I have lost. Because when I become more of the true person of who I am, and had boundaries, like my empathy has turned into discernment. I feel the energy all around me, but I don't feel it all anymore. Like, it has become discernment. I know where to give my energy. I know when to pull it back. I know when somebody is telling me something that is awful in their lives, I don't absorb it. I stand witness. I give them coherence. I help them to remember, or give them an opportunity to really truly remember who they are. So I'm going on and on, but I really want us to be able to separate the projections that are coming at us is not our own, not to get upset about it, to sit there and hold compassion, hold coherence, hold love for that person, but also keep your boundaries. You know, it's okay to have boundaries. We don't have to be friends with everybody. We don't have to be accepted by everybody. All we need is to be accepted by ourselves. And when we resonate that coherence, people that are coherent and people that have done the healing will want to be in our tribe, will want to be in our energy. That's where it's going. If people don't want you around, you're just not resonating with them. If you've expanded to the point of you've done so much healing and they're projecting onto you, then you don't have to stick around. You really don't. It's okay to find your tribe. Let them go on their journey. Don't judge them. Love them. Send them compassion. But we're not here to take on people's wounds. We're here to help people rise. We're here to help people heal. We're here to witness the wounds. So if anybody's doing this to you, and I'm sure they are, because right now the energy on this planet is forcing people to go within. Because our nervous systems are receiving so much energy and those wounds want to come out, the depth of, and the density of these wounds have to move out so the new light can shuffle on in. But if they are holding on to that, they are right. They know what's right. They know how things are going to be. They know how you should behave. They know how you should react. That light is not going to be able to find a place to land, and they're going to project. They're going to project because they are not comfortable in their own skin to handle the dark night of the soul. And we have to embrace that shadow. It is not our our enemy. Everything that we've gone through has been for our benefit. Look back at your biggest trauma and say, what did I learn from that? Who am I today because of that? And thank it and forgive yourself in it. That's the dark night of the soul. To be able to face that darkness and say, thank you. Thank you for what you gave me, because here I stand as a human being wanting to grow, expand in love, and live through my heart, not my head. It is time to be heart-spaced. Heart space where every decision we make is based on love. That's the future. That's where we're going. And when people are stuck up in their head, like they know what's better, they know how you're supposed to be, they're not living in their heart space, so it's hard to connect with those people. And that's okay. I'm not judging them. I love all those people. This is their contract that they came in to serve their soul. It's not for me to judge and say they should be doing something different. It's who am I to say what somebody should be doing? This is their soul. I'm responsible for mine. I really hope this helps you. I really hope that you can really see the projections that are coming at you and that you do not absorb them. It is okay to be you, 100% you. Oh Lord, I think I'm going to sneeze. Guess I'm purging. Anyways, let's do a little light language. Oh, oh, Chihuahua. Wow. Whew, that came out of nowhere, but my allergies are. Oh my goodness. Sorry, that's an allergy sneeze. Welcome. Gonna clear it all out. All right, let's go. Pulling in some boundaries. That those that are projecting their wounds onto you will bounce back at them. They're going to then come back and either heal them, look internal, or they're going to say, you're the problem. But you are going to have a very healthy boundary around you and be grounded in your center. Shakia no me kera ni mera ko barakata ya sho yi karakata bero ko hay na mana kito ko rakita karakata kai uria na kra pero shukia na mana kito ko rakita kai no ko karakash ya no kite kia no ko taka barakita ko taka kai no mora takash raise them up uria da kite ke bero ko ko shkata kai. The infinity sign is going from my heart into the collective. Oriana makaya, Oriana shea no mina karaya mukarai. Rita kita kai no mushaya rad morianaya. Ay ko kia na rata ko kia. My allergies, Oriana. Kapake go Orianaya. Go in peace. Be strong, be brave, and know that you are on the right path. Go internal. If anybody triggers you, go inward and find, why are they triggering me? That is all data. It is all information. Take it, run with it, heal it, and expand. Enjoy the journey.